Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy KQKC. As you notice, it's no intro to this video, and there's a reason for that. I'm going to read you a tale of two heavyweights, the real untold story of Joshua and Ruiz. Now, some might find it boring, some might find it interesting, but everything is true and it's written by a good guy. I believe he's a good guy. Now, you might not agree with me, but I believe everything that I read in here. And I did touch on a little bit of this on my live streams and my videos. It is by Thomas Gerbisi, and it is very informative. Now, I'm going to try to read much as possible since this is not a live stream. This is a video. This is a informative video. This is a serious video. This is to educate you on the two somewhat heavyweight stars in the heavyweight division. Now, here we go. This is not the story I expected to write. Yeah, this is Mr. Thomas Gerbisi. I'm sorry. It's not better, not worse, just different. And everything went according to plan last weekend. Anthony Joshua would have successfully defended his collection of heavyweight championship belts against Andy Ruiz Jr. in spectacular fashion, becoming a star in the United States in the process. And the next step would be a super fight with either Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury sometime in 2020. That would have been the good part for Team Joshua. For me, the good part would have been telling a story of a unique portion of Joshua training with the usual blood, sweat, and tears of a typical champ camp, were replaced by, listen people, what we talked about, technology, science, and the reality that these or those in the ring are as elite athletically as any of their sporting peers. Such reality would be a big deal for boxing because Joshua had the type of crossover potential that could make the sport even bigger in the coming years. And there was no reason why any of those plans would be altered in the Madison Square Garden. Ruiz was a late replacement by Jarrell Miller. We all know what the fuck happened to that dumbass. He was too short. He had lost his previous crack at the crown against Joseph Parker. And in no filter world of boxing, no one shielded him away from pointing out that at 268 pounds, Ruiz was the anti-Joshua. It's the knock on Ruiz ever since he turned pro. And to his credit, he never ducked questions about his weight, which hit 297 pounds, where he made his debut against Miguel Salvador Ramirez. And that was in 2009. Now, they have been doing that all my life to this day. And that's all they talk about, Ruiz told me in 2014. They don't talk about how I fight. All they talk about is my weight. That's what I expressed yesterday. At the time, Ruiz was coming off a minor upset over Tor Hammer. and he continued to pile up the wins while a member of the top-ranked stable. Ultimately, he will split from Top Rank. We know what happened with that. Split with trainer Jeff Gamoya, and split with another trainer, Abel Sanchez. Too many splits are never a good thing, and though the wins would keep coming, even after majority decisions lost to Parker, and that was in 2016. Ruiz now with PBC and trainer Manny Robles wasn't expected to trouble Joshua. That was the general consensus among the Under Armour team on fight week and on fight night, a few years into their deal with Joshua. Under Armour upped the ante with the 29-year-old, and as invested as they were in the heavyweight champion before. He took on a new look after Joshua visit Portland. Home to the UA's Human Performance Center, AJ saw it and he was intrigued, said Paul Whisper. Now, Paul Whisper people would be the so-called scientists that will go through everything with Joshua and this new technology shit. Now, U.S. Vice President of Athletic Performance, let's just call it that. He's a very inquisitive young man. He started asking a lot of big questions. And then we got back with his boxing manager, Freddie Cunningham, and Freddie reached out to say, is there any chance we can come back and do what they called a recalibration camp? Other words, a fancy word for get his shit together in another training camp. I mean, come on, people. Damn. Get your lazy ass up and do like other fighters do. So before AJ went into his main 6-week block of camp, how could we test, screen, assess, and get all the data we need to do this? So he came back out for 10 days and we measured him. Now, this is the good part here. Everything might be an understatement. Now listen at this. We measure how he moved. We measure his speed, his strength, his power, said Whisper. We measure his vision. So contrast sensitivity, depth perception, visual endurance. We measure his brain speed, athletic intelligence. And it's not simple reaction time. We really are measuring his brain processing speed. And we created a full profile of the athlete. It's a far cry from the idea that an endorsement deal means a check and getting some gear to wear. But Joshua and his team were all in when it came to optimizing his performance in 2019 and beyond. When we first met AJ, one thing that really stuck in my mind was that he was looking at a prolonging his career and staying at the top for most or the next 10 years, and treating his body as if he's 39 and not 29. No one mentioned about them goddamn weights. Unless, as I keep reading, they might will. I don't know. Let's see. One thing readily apparent was that Joshua had power, as if his 21 knockouts and 22 pro wins didn't make that abundantly clear. He, Joshua, had the highest power we have ever recorded in any athlete. But they didn't test Deontay Wilder. And I'm not talking about 3 or 4%, as I mentioned yesterday. They saying, Mr. Whisper, by almost 35%. So this guy producing wattage and power that we've never seen before. Get the fuck out of here. So, for example, Mike and I produce maybe 800 watts. This guy's producing over 2,200 watts from a static push. The guy's an incredible athlete. Well, he won incredible Saturday night. Hello. Where was your machines and technology and shit like that? But let me give it a name. The Greco style. Huh? Hello, the Greco style. You know? You feel me? A lot of bullshit. I told you. Hocus pocus bullshit. Get your ass out there and chop some goddamn wood. That's what you do. Train the old-fashioned way. That's what you do. Run up a hill, run down a hill in a rough terrain. That's what you do. Do sand races. Do mud races. That's what you do to stay in shape. Hello, somebody talk to me. You can tell that by looking at him, and technology backs him up. Now, on the other side of the ring, Ruiz didn't get that same respect. Not everyone looks like Anthony Joshua. In fact, most don't. Well, you must don't watch Mr. America bodybuilder. Now, I had to read some of that for you all. I know I went over some of it yesterday, but I want you all to get a sense what I was really talking about. I wanted you all to get a sense the things that Anthony Joshua let people talk him into doing. See, all that was a money grab. Oh no, that shit wasn't free. Hell no. All that scientific machines and all that shit had to be paid for. And yes, Anthony Joshua threw his money away on that shit when he could went into his own gym and did the regular shit like other regular fighters, like regular undisputed fighters, like regular heavyweights. You don't need to tell nobody, or a machine don't need to tell you how hard you hit. We know how hard you hit. We know how hard Deontay Wilder hit. Ask the 40 motherfuckers he knocked out. Ask him. Same with Anthony Joshua. I'm not going to show bias here. Ask the people that he knocked out. Does he have power? You don't need to answer or ask a machine. Hello? Hello? So, with that, I just wanted to touch on that. You will hear from me at 12:30 p.m. as usual, Central Time. I come on right after Finale International Boxing. I will put a reminder in. But I just want you to touch on that. I want you to rewind that again and listen to all that they want to go over and look over. I'm talking about the visual endurance. What the fuck is that? I mean, just have fun with it. That's what I say. And one more thing. Feel free to leave me some comments. Let's get them comments and likes up. I'm always waiting on comments so I can answer to the best of my ability. But that's one thing about KQKC. I will give you an honest answer. I will know what you need to know. I know my boxing. So, with that, I have 27 subscribers to go. 27 subscribers to go to hit 1,000 subscribers. 27. And yes, I am blessed. And I thank God for everything I have accomplished. Almost a year next month. See, we or them as fighters. Sure, you can work on anything in this world. You do not need a goddamn machine. I get it. Everybody want to go to the health club. Everybody want to go on the Stairmaster. Jog, goddamn it. What happened to the days when they didn't have a Stairmaster? What happened to the days where you don't have to use your arms on all these technology shit? What about just going swimming? And swim maybe back and forth 20 times. That would straighten up your arms or your ass would drown. Hello? Somebody talk to me. I'm KQ. I'm KC Boxing. If you like the content of this video, feel free to subscribe. And once you subscribe, hit the icon bell. You will get notified each and every time I do a live stream. Don't forget OG Boxing Sundays at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. And also, my show again, 12:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. I'm going to keep it real, like I always do. So, we'll finish talking about this at 1:30. So, with that, that's all I have for you right now. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to all my old, new, and future subscribers. So, with that, I'm on to the next one, baby. Peace. And you know it. Definitely love.